Welcome back, guys. Today we're going to do our final mock-up of all the tins for our shovel head build so we can get them ready for paint. Okay, we made a couple changes in the direction we're going with the back fender. It's not really the style we want it, and it's going to be difficult to mount it. So we bought this one on Amazon, and it's going to give us more of a look we're going for.
Old school chopper look.
And then unfortunately the chain link sissy bar we built isn't going to work with this new fender, so we found this one off of an old bicycle and we're going to try and make it work.
At the same time, we got a headlight that we're going to run, a nice new LED headlight to get rid of this one. As you see in the last video, this one's plastic and it's got a massive incandescent bulb in there. This will just make this front end look a lot nicer and it'll be a lot brighter.
We're going to start at the front of the bike, make our way back. So we're going to get the front fender mounted back on again. Vince made these mounts a few months ago. We made a video on it. If you want to see that video and you haven't yet, the link will be in the description. But we're not done with them. We are going to shave them down, streamline them a little bit because they are a little big. But for now, for mock-up, this is going to work. So they just basically sit in here and then bolt in this way, and then we can pick our height anywhere on this bar for where the ride height is going to sit.
We took the wiring harness off the bike to fit all these panels, but we did get the bike wired last weekend. So we're going to start with the gas tank and then move our way back, seat, fender, and everything else. This gas tank mount we welded on in a previous video. I'm not sure which one, but it slides into the back tab here and then just goes into there, and we run our bolts. And then the seat slides into the same tab. It has tabs down here, which originally mounted in the Softail frame. We're probably going to cut them off and put a tab into our back fender. Like that. And then now we need the seat on because our back fender's got to follow that line. And then we got to pick, I guess we'll put the sissy bar on. That'll give us our,
Well, then we'll know where we want to put it. So, which I don't have a bolt for over here anymore.
I don't have mine either. We'll be right back with some bolts.
Okay, we're back with the bolts. So we're going to get this bolted on.
This is, here, you do your side first.
It's not really the shape we need it yet. We're going to have to bend it a bit, play with it. This is off of a old bicycle from probably the 70s that I had laying around in my garage that I'll never do anything with.
Hang on, we're touching the tire back here. Oh yeah, it's going to come way out.
Right like that. That's not bad.
Okay, so now we got to take this, well, we got to figure out how to keep it in place and then take the seat off so we can make our mounts to the front here.
Because, see the massive gap you gotta...
Yeah.
So,
Or do we make a tab off the frame? Up top?
right here.
Yeah, piece of angle. Piece of angle coming out here.
Yep. We can weld it right to the frame.
Yep. Well, not the fender.
No, the
mounting
tab
bracket, yeah.
to the frame,
Yeah.
and then come back and put a bolt right here.
Yep.
All right, let's do that.
All right. Okay, I whipped up a quick little bracket here for our fender mount, and Dylan cleaned it all up. So this is our center here. We're going to weld this on, and then we're going to line up our rear fender and transfer our holes. Alright, I'll hold it and put the holes.
I was gonna go get wood.
Okay, we'll go get wood. I got it. I'm done.
I wouldn't put them the other way.
That's why. But then they're into the tire because you couldn't find shorter ones. Might have to go to that side.
Yeah. There you go.
You definitely have to get proper bolts.
Yeah.
But now, I guess we'll put the seat back on. Something.
So, as you've seen, we made a bracket to mount the back fender underneath the seat. Really happy with the way everything's turning out. It fits nicely. We've got everything locked into the grooves the way it is. Unfortunately, we have rear wheel spacers on order for this, but we don't want to commit to getting the back of the fender mounted until we have the spacers in and we know everything's center. So hopefully they show up this week. We can tackle that when they get here. Now we're going to move on to trying to get the S&S teardrop air filter mounted onto this and see what it looks like.
So this is the K&N filter that we were going to run on the bike, and there's nothing wrong with it. It looks half decent. But if you guys remember, we just took this one off of my FXRT last week when we put the Electron carburetor on it, and this breather won't work with that. But this S&S breather, I think, gives this bike a more of an old school chopper look. So instead of running the K&N one that we got for this bike, we're going to go switch gears and go to the teardrop. Now, everything lines up except for on my FXRT on the Evolution motor, these here go into the cylinder heads. We don't need them, so we're going to cut these off and then get this mounted on. We've ground the tabs off now, so it's just a matter of putting it on. This works great because it actually works with our choke cable. We are going to get new gaskets that go behind here. I guess I can put the filter in. Probably get a new filter while we're at it.
Cut that part right out.
Yeah, leave that in. We're getting a new filter anyway. I don't want to fight with it. And that's the breather. So what we're going to do is we're going to drop it off the lift now and get it on the ground so we can get a good look at it.
Really happy with the progress we made today. We can finally see that it's becoming a motorcycle and we're happy with the way it's going.
We're waiting on wheel spacers for the back, and then we're going to get the back fender 100% in place. We got to do a little bit of trimming on the front fender, and then we're going to try and paint the bikes ourselves. None of us have ever painted a bike, and we figured we're going to start with a heavy metal flake and red paint.
That's going to wrap it up for this week, though, so give us a like and a subscribe. We'll see you next week.